check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow Unboxing at 18% off of all their natural products, from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, man. I was wondering, did Errol Spence show up to the Maurice Hooker fight versus Jose Ramirez in Dallas? He did, and because he didn't, I was gonna make a video about why he didn't show up, but he showed up. I seen Champ Life Boxing got an interview with him, and Fred from Barbershop Conversation shot an angle where, you know, Errol and Terrence wasn't too far from each other, but they purposely didn't speak. I'll link his video in the description. Y'all go show him some love, man. Great coverage down there in Dallas, Texas. They're getting them Dallas down there in Texas, man. Shout out to them, man. Make sure that subscribe button, bell icon button, won't miss another video. Share the videos, man. And you know, it wasn't much to talk about, to keep it 100. It really wasn't much to talk about. You know, at the end of the day, I heard Crawford didn't anybody see it about PBC freezing him out, and you would think that that Errol want to show him some Southern hospitality, him coming to his hometown and coming to the trenches. All you hear is Crawford don't ever come out to PBC events. The reason, and I know this wasn't a PBC event, but the reason you don't ever notice him at PBC events because they don't ever show him. He was at Wilder Fury because one of my homeboys caught him in the mall on the strip or some shit in California, took a picture with him, and he was at the fight. He come to a lot of different fights, man, traveling around, man. And you know what? Errol didn't want to incriminate himself no more. That's basically what it is. At the end of the day, it really don't matter what he do or what he say, in my opinion, because he gonna have dick suckers that's gonna ride with him regardless. No matter what he say, he come out and say, I'm scared of Terrence Crawford. They gonna be like, they're gonna try to make some type of excuse and try to spin it. But the reason he didn't pull up, and the reason that he didn't that him and Crawford didn't talk, or he didn't go get that FaceTime, is because he didn't want to incriminate himself, man. And that's what people need to understand. He didn't want to incriminate himself. He didn't want one of those situations, and he probably was advised not to talk to Terrence Crawford if he went to that event. He probably had to get clearance from PBC officials. He probably had to get clearance from PBC officials just to go to that event. You know what I'm saying? They can't move how they want to move, man. I'm telling y'all, man, they be claiming they bosses and they the biggest boss that you seen thus far. Man down promotions and all of that type of shit, man. These dudes ain't no bosses, man. They not. And at the end of the day, we know why he didn't pull up. We know why he didn't have much to say. And people say, oh, if Crawford, watch the thing that Crawford could have pulled up. Ain't nothing to say. You ain't acknowledging me. And you know, Errol said his name and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He has said his name where he didn't have to say his name, and he won't be held accountable if he don't fight him, because the out is Bob Arum. The out is Bob Arum. You know what? And if people pay attention and that they smart, he would have played that. He would have played that out from the beginning. It wasn't that Bob Arum won't give him to me, tell him get a belt. When Pacquiao had the W belt, they all want to fight him. Bob Arum wasn't a problem. You know, he played the situation all wrong, but at the end of the day, it was no need for them. It was no need for them to talk. You know what I'm saying? It was no need for them to build a fight that both of them know probably won't happen. And you know, unless Bob Arum or unless Terrence Crawford cross the street, and then there's not even a 70% chance the fight still happen, even if Terrence Crawford cross the street. That's what people gotta understand. Even if Crawford cross the street, it don't mean that fight gonna happen. For real, it don't. You know, but people have their fantasies, man. Because if streets matter in the sport of boxing, if streets matter, then Errol Spence would have already captured the Pokemon name is Keith Thurman, Pokemon name is Sean Porter, Pokemon name is Danny Garcia, and then there'd be no ifs, ands, buts about it. He'd be getting the Manny Pacquiao fight. You know what I'm saying? He'd be getting the Manny Pacquiao fight. No ifs, ands, buts about it. But it don't matter. It's different streets. It's different houses on Errol Spence Street, and he can't even get into their yard. He can't even solicit. He can't throw a newspaper. He can't throw a newspaper. He can't knock on a door. He can't do nothing. So we need to stop really acting like it ain't individual streets on his street. Or he can just go to each house. Well, I mean, stop acting like that. But, you know, that was one of the highlights of last year when they met up and, you know, and they started talking. And that's right around the time Errol started to incriminate himself as an imposter, as a boogeyman. People say, oh, you hating on Errol again. I'm not hating. I'm just bringing up facts. I'm just bringing up facts. I'm not saying nothing that's not truthful. I'm not reaching. I'm not lying or nothing. I'm telling y'all straight facts about it. At the end of the day, it was no point for them to talk because ain't nothing going to come of it. Ain't nothing going to come of it. They don't have no plans on fighting each other. I'm telling you that. PBC don't have no plans on making Crawford versus Errol. Because you heard Errol say, he said, I'm going to tell them to let me fight Crawford to use leverage to get the Pacquiao fight. I'm paraphrasing that. So he got to threaten to fight another motherfucker across the street, or threaten to go take a contract from Bob Arum for a single fight just to get the Terrence Crawford fight. And then I believe that Errol Spence may leave Premier Boxing Champions. I think he's starting to wake up and see it. Real talk. I'm starting to think he waking up. And you know, I take Eddie Hearn is a lot of things: a liar, an idiot, a loser, a bum, trash, a snake, a user. Shit, he might even be a drug abuser just because it rhymed. But one thing he said a long time ago when he was trying to get them PBC fighters over there, he said, you know what? Errol Spence is too plugged in. They got his mind too far gone. He in the loop. They said they got his mind too far gone. He in the loop. He believe anything they tell him. And real talk, I think he's starting to realize that they ain't for him. In that interview he did with Fight Hype, when he said he used Terrence Crawford as leverage to get Pacquiao, you shouldn't even have to say. Don't be surprised if they don't try to rob Errol Spence and humble him. Cause we talked about that last night with Jamel Charlo. They humbled Jamel Charlo with that loss. Didn't matter. That was a warning shot, and he still ain't really completely calmed down, to be on for real. I think Errol Spence might be the next one they try to humble. He out here making public threats, but that's what they all do. What you think Mikey Garcia doing? And this is kind of a little bit of the stream I did in a nutshell yesterday with a little twist on it. Had to restart it, but if y'all didn't come back. But the twist is that Mikey Garcia, that's what he doing. Talking about he going over to Eddie to get more leverage. Maybe he want more money versus Danny Garcia. You know, maybe he really want the Pacquiao fight. He don't want to fight Danny. He want to tune up in Pacquiao. Because he said he want Pacquiao. All of them do it. Keith Thurman used Top Rank as leverage to get the to get the Pacquiao fight. So Errol Spence ain't doing nothing that ain't new, but PBC not for him. They might stuff his pockets. They might stuff his pockets. They might and that's all they doing. It's stuffing his pockets. But if you fight better competition, you know, your pockets don't get stuffed regardless. They overcompensating him for lesser fights. And that's the God honest truth. They overcompensating him for lesser fights. But he might be the next elite. He may go over to Golden Boy. He may go over to Golden Boy, man, or to the Zone. Never say what you won't do. I learned that in college. Never say what you won't do. Because you might be in the position to survive. You may be in a position where your life may depend on you, maybe get the ski bass and just for survival. Never say what you won't do. Or I'm not fighting on ESPN. I'm never fighting on ESPN. I'm not going to the Zone. But then you turn around, they got a $20, $30 million offer for you. Then you going over to the Zone. You just said what you gonna do. But now you doing it. Now you label a hypocrite. Don't be surprised if Errol Spence ain't on his way out to getting humbled by PBC like Jamel Charlo. Take it however you want to take it. Wood from Baltimore, he pointed it out, how they humbled Jamel Charlo. Not the Charlo twins. Jamal Charlo get a bad rap because his twin. Jamal Charlo real laid back and quiet. You know? That's just his demeanor. Jamel turned up. And I love that shit, man. Keep being you. If they gonna humble you and you gonna stand on your power, I salute that. I salute that. Next time, you know, you just gotta go out there and knock everybody out. Your own promotional or management is against you. But Errol Spence is probably gonna get humbled. You know, for whatever reason, they not for Errol Spence. I'm telling you the God honest truth. If they for him, like he said, if Terrence Crawford, Bob Arum the top guy, why didn't he give him Manny Pacquiao? Because he didn't have the money. Yo guys clearly got the money to pay Pacquiao $20 million to fight Broner, $20 million to fight Keith Thurman. You know, and I'm just speaking facts, man. I'm just speaking facts. Don't be surprised if he get humbled or he leave from Air Boxing Champions and go over to the Zone. And I think the Zone can offer him, especially if he fight J-Rock and move up, get a few belts, or whoever end up winning, J-Rock or Hurt. You know, then they could promise him Jaime and the Canelo fight. If he promised those two fights, shit, he gonna make like $40-50 million. That's more than that little 3-5 that he making, or whatever 5-7 that he making. You know, people say he made 20 on pay-per-view. I don't believe that. $20 million pay-per-view buy guarantee on the back end. That's damn near $1 million pay-per-view buys at $75-80 a pop. You know what I'm saying? So even if they sit there and add $30 on the pay-per-view price for 50, he still would have had to do at least like 300,000, 350, 400,000 more. And you don't actually know how many pay-per-view buys you. This is what the network is, not the network. This is what the promotional or the management people are telling you what they did. You know, but for him, to be honest, don't be surprised if he ain't the next one to get humbled or leave. Because if they don't give him the Manny Pacquiao fight, they wasted the Keith Thurman fight. He got Sean Porter 3 years after Keith Thurman. You know, and they might try to satisfy him with a Danny Garcia fight. It's a fight he say he won. But really, what does Danny Garcia do for you? He did come off a pay-per-view victory off of Mikey Garcia. I presume that's not going to happen right now. You know, why can't they give the top guy Manny Pacquiao? They ain't going to promise you a Floyd Mayweather fight. And I'm telling y'all, man, Floyd Mayweather ain't just holding back Gervonta Tank Davis. Floyd Mayweather is oppressing every PBC fighter, including Deontay Wilder. They already know. Deontay Wilder tell, you know, whatever sports TV, or they'll tell this channel, he'll tell it on the new media and talk shit about Floyd, but you'll never see him at the podium talking shit about Floyd. You'll never see him in public while Showtime talking about Floyd. None of them niggas, man. And the one motherfuckers that do talk about Floyd, like Jamel Charlo. Remember that? Jamel Charlo said Floyd fighting these MMA fight. Come fight this young, hungry lion, Jamel Charlo. What happened? Probably less than a year later, he got an L. Pay attention. Wake up, man. Floyd is running that shit over there. And I believe he's oppressing Errol Spence and a lot of the stars over there. He matchmaking. Al Heyman, his brother boxed. Bobby Heyman lost to Sugar Ray Leonard in his second year pro, whatever we talked about yesterday. But the God honest truth is Mayweather's oppressing them dudes over there, man. Y'all can believe me or don't believe me, man. I ain't got no reason to lie. It's speculation, but I'm telling you, man, he just not oppressing old boy Tank. But don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. We got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, the Hellblaze, thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow1Boxing get you 18% off the 100% all natural products, lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, much more. Website, promo code description. One time for the one time. It's the one time for the one time. Goodfellow Sports TV, we go.